Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Was a Werewolf? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now I really was about to make one of your guys' idea and yeah, I kind of had this idea. So yeah, here it is. It's going to be a short story, so don't worry about it. I will be back to making your idea soon. Anyways, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, 8 years after the Kyubi attack, as we go towards the academy of the said village, where we see today was a lecture about history and some myths. As kids being interested in it, one of the kids, Shikamaru, asked about a horror myth about Gojo, the werewolf. With unease, Iruka then answered, talking about Gojo, he was a werewolf, a mixture between a wolf and a man, and he had brute strength. He appeared at the time of clan warring era, and he is said to have wiped out a lot of clans with his brute strength and agility and skills. None was able to stand before him, but it all ended with his sudden disappearance. Nobody knows what happened. But Sensei, said Naruto with quite interest and intrigue, where was he last seen then? As Iruka then with a smirk then said, you know what? Last time he was seen here, in the outer skirts of Konoha, where the Senju clan previously resided. As the kids were shocked and somewhat were also scared, as Choji then said, I think I pissed my pants. As many of the Genins then said, Sensei, you're lying, right? To make us scared. No, said Mizuki. What Iruka is saying is correct, both theoretically and because of the history lore about him. Last residing site of Gojo was near the Senju clan. As Naruto was interested, really? What if I go and hunt him down? Maybe he's still there. As all the Genins turned towards him. Are you insane, Naruto? Do you want to get hurt or, awaken him to kill us all or something? Said Shikamaru, although the genius of the class somewhat scared. As Naruto then chuckled and said, all of you guys are just worry rats. You worry too much. There's nothing like Gojo. Sensei's just pulling our leg. I'm not pulling your leg, Naruto. Then again, who am I to say? Maybe it really was just a myth created by the old people who wanted to scare the children of their clans so that they won't interfere or get in contact with the enemy clan. As many of them now calmed down, but Naruto's interest was piqued, as now we see after the academy ended. He went straight towards his Gigi, as now we see him standing in front of Hokage's office, inside the Hokage office in front of Hiruzen, as Hiruzen had a raised eyebrow. About Gojo the werewolf, huh? When I was a kid, Sensei used to tell me that in their childhood, they have also heard about this Gojo and even seen his sighting. And let me tell you this much, Naruto. Whenever they talked about it, they had a certain glint of fear. And even they said that Gojo is not a myth as we all thought it was today. His sudden disappearance, nobody knows. But Iruka Sensei said that it might be. Well, that might be true, but still, who knows? We were also in the era of warring between the villages, Naruto, when I was a kid. Then again, it might also be true, as Naruto gulped. But I also want to know that if he did existed, then why was he last seen near Senju compound, which the village is now situated at? To be honest, Naruto, I don't know. Can I go and look for it? No, Naruto, it can be dangerous out there. Not like Gojo is gonna appear or anything, but there are other dangerous animals there that could hurt you. As with these words, Naruto, left with slumped shoulders, but he had a grin on his face. Knowing him, he was going to go that night. As now we see, as the night befell on the whole village, Naruto went to the outer skirts, searching relentlessly. As he returned for the first night, and then went again, doing the same thing over and over again over the course of a month. As by the end of the month, as he was about to give up, he suddenly stumbled upon a statue, as it was something that he has never seen before, even though he went through that path again and again. Huh, this is interesting. It it's weird. As when he got a closer look at statue in the moonlight, he was, well, scared somewhat, because it really was a mixture of a man and a werewolf standing there. But something interesting happened. As the moonlight fell upon Naruto as well, something within him happened. As suddenly he was in pain as he fell to the ground. Unbeknownst to him, the curse of Gojo has befallen on him, as he, under the complete moonlight, began to transform. As now we see, the next thing Naruto remembered was waking up on a destroyed office of Hokage, as Naruto was sleeping on the table that was shattered, as Hiruzen on the other side was panting heavily. As Naruto's eyes opened, GD? What happened? Naruto, my boy, it's you? As Naruto then said, what do you mean by that, Gigi? It is me, of course. Old man, have you gone senile or something? I can't believe it, said Danzo, as the other two elders were also trembling. The curse of Gojo. It's back. You, said Koharu. Boy, what have you done? Well, I went out to search for it. I wanted to see if it was real or not. And what the hell are you talking about, cursed lady? Is it something that happened with me when I saw that statue? What statue, Naruto? Said Hiruzen with fear. Well, when you told me that it was on the outer skirts of the village, I went into the forest at nights. I continued my search for 1 month, and as I was about to give up, I found it. From a path that I have went by many, many times. And it was glowing under the moonlight. But after that, I don't remember what happened. Hiruzen, this is serious. Naruto, I'm sorry to say this, but you have to be placed under house arrest until we further discuss this. What? But Gigi, I will tell you later, my boy. Please trust my words and do as I say. As now we see, Naruto was placed under house arrest. As we go towards the council chamber, as the clan heads, a bit shaken, as well as the civilian, all shaken up, and the elders and Hiruzen all sat down. This meeting is in session. Hokage-sama, that kid, he already possessed the demon, and now the curse of Gojo the werewolf, it being back from the myths. It could only mean one thing. He's here back to destroy as he did it back in the days. We have to take care of him, do something to him. The curse of Gojo. It was previously stopped. We have to find a way to stop it. I'm not gonna let Naruto-kun be killed by this. No. As Danzo also agreed, as much as I begrudgingly have to admit, Naruto really is an asset to the village. Both because he's a Jinchuriki and because he's a lost Uzumaki. So we can't let him just die like this. But the destruction he caused, have you seen that? Said Mebuki. Look outside. Most of the civilians are dead. Some of them are injured, and some of the clan heads and clan compounds, they too have been targeted. But luckily they were able to survive and less were injured. And look at the office that he has caused mayhem. That was not Naruto. He doesn't remember, Koharu said to Mebuki. As now we see, Hiruzen then said, we are going to look into this. I have already contacted Jiraiya and informed him about this before the meeting. You don't have to worry about that, Sensei. I am back. I was, at the temple of Land of Fire when your message came. After discussing it with them, the monk from the temples are going to arrive. The thing, Naruto needs an exorcism. Maybe the spirit of Gojo might go away. As all of them held a hope in their heart. As the time came when Naruto, while being under house arrest, met face to face with the monk, the old monk that arrived from the temple, as many young followed him. As Naruto felt uneasy, Gigi, what is this, man? I felt unease when he's near, said Naruto. But suddenly, something interesting happened. As he brought out the beads that were similar to Buddha, something erupted. As Naruto instantly transformed in front of everyone into Gojo. But his fur, it was complete golden. His eyes blue and covered in slits, as his teeth which turned into fangs, now shone, and his size grew up to 8 feet tall, an imposing size and figure, that of a male wolf, or well, werewolf, as the old man then said, chanting some charms. Leave this boy alone, but only to be met with an end, as with a single slash of his claw, the old monk was killed swiftly, as all hell broke loose then. And Gojo only stopped when all of the monks were dead, leaving the council of Konoha even more scared and shocked. As when Naruto regained consciousness, he was scared. He was in need of help, some courage, as he looked at his Gigi with hopeful eyes. Gigi, what is going on? What is going on with me? Please, help me. Is this done by me? Did I do this? He said, looking at all the dead bodies that were laid there. As he risen with a heavy heart and said, Anbus, take Naruto to the blood prison. He is a threat to the village. I'm sorry, Naruto, but you cannot remain here. As Naruto, with wide eyes and broken hope, felt betrayed as he was taken. As after being placed into the blood prison, everything seemed hopeful back in Konoha after the tragedy that struck because of the Gojo the werewolf. That curse has fallen Naruto. After getting rid of him from the village, with a heavy heart, Hiruzen and the council thought that they were done. But they were wrong. They have ignited a flame that was much more worse. As now we see, deep within his cell, Naruto, who has been placed there for 2 whole years now, was silent. All his cheerful attitude was gone. As now we see, meditating in closed eyes in the darkness. As he was inside his mindscape, on one side was a freed Kyuubi, and on the other side was the growling spirit of Gojo, the werewolf himself, as Naruto was the center of it. As Naruto then said, I hear you, Gojo. We are going to do exactly what you want. Those Senjus, they have killed your kid, and your spirit is restless. I will put it to rest. And Kurama, I promise you as well, for what my parents and that village have done to you, they will all pay. Pay with their deaths. As both of them then gave their powers to Naruto, and all hell broke loose in blood prison, as no one was spared. Each one of the criminals, inmates, and even the guards and the warden, all were killed brutally without any mercy. As the news spread like wildfire, as even the Akatsuki were interested into this, myth that has become a reality. As now we see Takigakure as they were discussing, he could be useful to us. Even if he is our one of targets, when we are done we can betray him and take his Biju. It's not as simple as that. He has just eradicated the whole blood prison. One of the most safest and securest prison in the whole damn elemental nation. And you think that we will be able to do something to him? As Pain then said, only time will tell, Deidara. You all don't need to worry about it. Just focus on plan, as we discussed. All in due time. As on the other side, we see Naruto begin his travel, now in fully control of Gojo's power as well as Kyuubi's, combined with a terrifying sheer will and ambition and focus, and that was to destroy Konoha once and for all. The people who betrayed him, people who tortured the Kyuubi, and the people who killed Gojo's son. The reason he became a restless spirit. As now we see, first stop was Takigakure, where Naruto and the two of them encountered a girl named Fu being mistreated. As when they arrived, it was already too late. She was put to death by a mob. As the people who did this were chuckling and even reminiscing of what they have done to her before killing her, as the tears have dried on her face, and her eyes were void with pain. As Naruto and the two of them, with brine-filled rage, transformed into Gojo. A mixture of Kyuubi evident within it, and all hell broke loose. By the morning, as the sun rose, no one in the village was alive. All life was divided from it. No one was spared, because they all were guilty. Now the news was much more serious. First the blood prison and now Takigakure. What was next? Or who was next? As the villages called for a Kage summit, as they all gathered in Iron Country. As now we see Hokage visibly shaken up alongside the other leaders somewhat. As Oniki spoke. Last time when we heard about Gojo was when we were young heroes, and seeing the myth come back to life, it's both terrifying and somewhat nostalgic. Nostalgic? You call that nostalgic, Oniki? The despair, no one being spared, all of them were dead at its hands. Said A, with blindfold rage. Why would he do this? Why a monster from a past will rise out of nowhere? Said Mei to Rumi, the new leader of Mizugakure and the Mizukage. As now we see, with a heavy heart, Hiruzen then told the story of Naruto and how, with a tale, he became infatuated with Gojo and got his curse. My god. They all said, with worried. So you sent him to blood prison. I thought at the time that it was the only thing I could do to keep the boy safe from the people's well-blinded justice, and my village safe. Even I was afraid of what he would have become. All those monks that have meditated and were pure and holy for a long time were decapitated like praise. We all were afraid. We are facing an adversary that we have never faced before. An ancient being with unmatched power, the one that even our ancestors feared, who held great strength. As all of them could acknowledge that much. But as they were acknowledging, a news spread as one of the shinobis arrived. Everyone, a news appeared. Snow Country. It has been taken from the rule. Everyone who was opposing the princess and their side has been killed. Brutally. And Gojo was sighted there. As now, their blood ran cold. Why was he moving so fast? Why? What was his endgame? Nobody knew Gojo's goal. They knew that Naruto might have been hurt by and betrayed and have given up the control, but why? Why would Gojo do this? As that is when we see all of them return and try to form speculations as well as to strengthen their village, so that if Gojo ever comes, they might be able to at least stop him from doing much damage. As this was going on, we go towards Naruto. As after being done with Snow Country, he was leaving. As he stopped, "Come out now, Zetsu. I know you're hiding there." As Zetsu, who was hiding, shocked and scared, came out. "How do you know me? I also know that you are the will of Kaguya, the one who is doing her job. Do you know about that, Obito?" As now we see the other person, the masked person, appeared. "How do you know my name?" "I know everything. Because of Gojo's memories over all the villages and all this ground, I know all about you. Naruto Uzumaki, I admit that you're one of our targets, but you think that we would believe you. Believe me or don't believe me. Ask him this. Who is Kaguya Otsutsuki, and what his connection is to her? And why? Why is he hellbent on reviving the Ten Tails? Because otherwise, with the strength you have, gathering the 9 Bijus without reviving the Ten Tails, under your command you can bend the reality, bring the peace that you also desire. Why his method?" As Obito was left with questions, as he then asked, "Answer him, Zetsu. Tell him why." As Zetsu for the first time was left speechless, scared, as that is when we see Naruto turn towards him, his eyes now slits, his teeth becoming canines. "Tell me. Tell us. Come on." As suddenly he transformed. "Come on!" Before a roar erupted with his final words, and next thing they both saw was nothing more than massacre of Zetsu, who, in his deep pain, revealed the whole truth before he was killed. As Obito, who was broken, was about to leave, then saw Naruto, spoke through Gojo's appearance. "You think I will let you leave after what you done to my life? To my family?" As Obito's screams were heard throughout the whole forest that night. As now, Naruto, Gojo, and Kurama had one new motive before going towards Konoha, and that was to destroy Amekakure. And so, he began his journey there. As on the other side, we see back in Konoha, Jiraiya had arrived again. Two of the Akatsuki members are killed brutally. And turns out one of them was Obito, the masked person, the very person who was the cause of Sensei's death. So he knows. This can't be good, said Hiruzen. This can't be good, Jiraiya. He now knows he has a motive to come after Konoha. What if he does? Don't worry, Sensei. Konoha has come on top over a lot of challenges. We will do this together. We will come on top, not against Gojo, said Danzo even, seemingly hopeless. Not against him. Our ancestors feared him and they were stronger than we are, Jiraiya. Even they have seen his strength. All those tales about him, they are the truth. And have you not noticed? Snow Country was not to be trifled with. And the Blood Prison. And not only them, even Takigakure. 3 of the nations, even if minor, have been wiped out. And you say don't worry. As this was going on, a news arrived. Amekakure and Akatsuki, they have been killed. None was left alive. All have been purged and destroyed. Left are ruins and nothing else. As now, they were even more alarmed. He has defeated the Akatsuki. He knows about their mission. What next? What is he going to do now? As after that, we see a few weeks pass by with a mere silence. An eerie silence between the villages where they only thought about Naruto, Gojo, and Kurama and their next move. But nothing happened. Nothing struck. And that is until something happened. Something in none other than the heart of the rice country. Orochimaru and his village, Otogakure, was destroyed. Killed amongst them was Orochimaru and all of his accomplices. None spared, not even shown a single ounce of mercy. And a message was written there. Next up, after purging all of the villages, is the major villages. And as months followed suit, the minor villages were cleansed. None was spared. And now, he was headed towards the major villages. First was Kiri, the weakest of them, and then it was Iwa. And then came none other than Kumo. As the 3 villages now rendered to a minor villages where only the innocents were spared and the corrupts were killed. We see people were afraid now. Even if Gojo killed only the corrupts, it was Naruto. Naruto, the mastermind behind all of this. He made the spirits who were restless realize that they need to channel energy to kill only the evil, and they both agreed. As now, everything now done, even Suna taken care of after 1 more year, we see a 15-year-old Naruto standing on the outer skirts of Konoha, as he was standing atop of the 4th Hokage's statue head, as the village was beneath him. His eyes momentarily turned from blue to red with slits. As he jumped down, Naruto Uzumaki is back, and with these words he transformed into a huge red fox as destruction began to cause havoc, as civilians and shinobis alike were thrown like ragdolls everywhere. And now Kona had to face its fears again. There it was, in its all glory in the daytime, the Kyuubi no Yoko, and Naruto controlling it. But something interesting happened. On the other side, Gojo appeared in its glory as well, causing destruction, butchering down everyone in its path. As now we see, as the time went by, both the imposing figures destroyed the whole village, as now they were seen standing in front of only a smaller group. Jiraiya, Hiruzen, Tsunade, and Kakashi. These 4 were the only ones left alive because Naruto wanted to corner them because of his connection. As from the center heart, Naruto walked in front of them. As now they were shocked. Naruto? How? How did you separate? Clones, Hiruzen. Because of clones. But why would you do this, Naruto? I thought Konoha was your home. Was. Not is, Hiruzen. There is a difference. You threw me out. Saw me as a monster. So, since the village saw me as a monster and now you begin to saw me as a monster, I thought why not give you what you wish for? Here it is. You're monsters. Are you happy now? Huh? Happy? Said Naruto teasingly as he chuckled a hollow laugh that sent chills down their spine. As Kyuubi then said, we should take care of them. As even Gojo growled, you go ahead, take care. As Naruto turned away and began to walk as their screams filled the air. As the news the next morning sprung out, the whole which was left of Elemental Nation, nobody was spared from them. And Konoha, it has been purged from itself. A haunting reminder that not mess with the Kyuubi or the spirit of restless werewolf known as Gojo. And one more urban legend was now added amongst them, Naruto Uzumaki, the last alone Uzumaki who brought the world to his knees with the help of these two figures. And he was never seen or heard ever before, becoming an urban legend in his own right. As now we see deep in the mountains, Naruto, along these two spirits resided. And he will come out when he needs to hunt. Hunt for those who think that they could terrorize anyone. Because all his goals were fulfilled, replaced with a new goal. A goal of his own crooked justice. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!